everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Megan. If you're new here, I am hosting Thanksgiving at my house 2 different days. I'm hosting it the day of Thanksgiving, and then I'm hosting it the weekend before Thanksgiving for 2 separate family events, which means I need to be incredibly prepared and organized and ready to go. So today I'm going to be scheduling out like all my cooking times so that when the day comes to prep and the day of comes to cook the remaining things, I know exactly the temperature, the time, and what goes when, with who and how. It's a merry combination of goodness that's going to be happening. So I've already pulled everything that I need, put it in my bin. Did you see that video? Then I went and got all my stuff at the grocery store. The only thing I'm going to need to pick up the day of are some fresh green beans because I don't want them to be yucky. So we're going to be doing like a lemon zest on the green beans, kind of untraditional. I know some people like either green bean casserole. Actually, I heard from a ton of you that were shocked and appalled that we don't have green bean casserole at our gatherings, and it's just not a tradition that we've had. And then some of you are like, yuck, just say no. I will eat it if it's available and it's presented to me, but I wouldn't say, yes, I can't wait. So we do fresh green beans with like a lemon zest on them, and it's delicious. Is this too much? It's a little much. That was a much. So Johanna's at church right now. She is working on her little music thing that she does with the kids on Sunday morning, and they have a practice once a month. So she's going to be doing that, eating pizza, dancing, all the things. And so I'm taking the hour to be really productive. I have my notebook. I already have my turkey hanging out in the fridge. It was massively frozen, and now it's going to take the next many days to defrost. So I don't need to worry about that. I brought all of my recipes. I added something. I'm going to also be making homemade macaroni and cheese, Betty Crocker style. Ooh, my dad made it often when we were younger, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you haven't caught up on the other videos, let me just tell you what I'm going to be doing. Pioneer Woman and I are going to be best friends this year as we were last year, but we're going to continue on. We're making her turkey. The brine for it is outstanding. And then we're going to be doing the mashed potatoes, the gravy. I'll be making our family pumpkin pie with whipped cream. We're going to be doing green beans a la lemon. Rolls for one of the Thanksgiving gatherings. The other one, my dad is bringing them. Stuffing, and I'm going to be making that for both. My own cranberry sauce. Coffee, water. It's going to be so good. So on the first Thanksgiving thing we're doing, I have some people bringing like a corn Thanksgiving dish and something else, and I don't remember what it is. And then they're also going to be bringing some desserts and other pies. For my for the other family one, I know my dad is bringing rolls, and I'm not sure totally what my sisters are bringing, but we shall see. It'll be a surprise. So either way, I think we're going to be having more than enough goodness, but now we need to know what's going to be happening, how are we going to make this happen. And guess what? I'm pretty sure my dad is going to come help me prep cook this week for this weekend's thing that he's not even going to get to enjoy the benefits of. But he said, because you guys were all about it, so many of you were like, yes, do a cook with me with your dad. So my dad was a chef in the military, a personal chef, and then he did all the cooking for us at our home. Like, he did all the holidays, he did all the everyday cooking, baking, whatever. My mom did know how to make a bean casserole, sourdough bread, a Chinese salad, and that might have been all she did. I'm sorry, Mother, if you knew how to do more things. She just chose not to do the cooking. It wasn't her thing, but man, could she clean a house, and could she mow a lawn and shop. She was a good shopper. My dad is too. You guys know that. He shops with me. Okay, now we need to figure out the timing of everything. This is going to be a little bit of mathing. I'm going to feel like Albert Einstein. There's going to be a lot of components here, but I think we can do it. Really just making sure the turkey's done on time is pretty much a big deal. So let's think about that. If we're going to be eating at noon, the turkey with all of its whatevers is going to take, I think, about 3.5 hours. Maybe 4, but I don't think so. 3.5 hours. So this is a 15-pound turkey, by the way. It has 2 steps. We're going to roast it for 2.5 hours. Then we are going to slather it with some butter and orange peel, rosemary, salt, pepper, after we've brined it for 24 hours. And then we're going to up the temperature. We're going to be basting it every 30 minutes. So I'm going to say 3.5 hours, 4 hours to be just like really generous, meaning it needs to go in the oven. I would like for it to be done maybe more like at 11, maybe 11. Yeah, I think I'd like it to be done more like at 11, even though we're going to eat at noon. I'll finagle how to keep that warm. That's no problem. So if I want it done at 11, I need 4 hours back. That's about 7 o'clock. I say that works for me. So 7 o'clock on Saturday. So let's go for Saturday. 7 a.m. See how I'm working backwards? That's what you do. You go, what time do I want this all to be done? Now, how long beforehand do I need to get it started to get it going? So 7 a.m. We need this turkey in the oven. And it has to be at 275 degrees first. Then we're going to up it to 350. So 275 degrees. I probably want to get down there and get my oven going at about 645. Set the oven. All right, now let's go back even further. If 7 o'clock we want to have it in the oven, 24 hours before that, we need to start brining it, because that, oh my word, last year's turkey was phenomenal. So 24 hours before, do you know what it is? It's 7 a.m. Friday morning. So 7 a.m. Friday morning, I need to brine. Let's go for Friday now. All right, Friday. 6 a.m. I need to prep the brine. I have to boil some brine. I got to boil the brine. I got to let it cool. Maybe I need to do it at 5. 5 a.m. I'm going to prep the brine, because I have to do it all. Then I have to boil it. Then I have to cool it. Then I have to put it on the turkey and let it sit for 24 hours. So 5 a.m. we're going to prep the brine. By 7 a.m. turkey needs to be in the brine. A lot of you said you were smoking your turkey and roasting it. I didn't hear as many of you say you were brining it. Interesting. I'm telling you what, if you ever want to try something new, kind of deviate from your traditional, brining is the way to go. And this Pioneer Woman brine, you want to know what's in it? They're so good. I don't even know. Let me tell you about it. It's got apple juice or apple cider, water, rosemary, garlic, salt, brown sugar, peppercorns, bay leaves, and 3 large orange peels. It's so beautiful. I will have all of the recipes down below, but we're also going to cook together and prep together at the end of the week. So you come on back and you'll get to see all the goodness, and hopefully it will be before your Thanksgiving, or you can use this for next year. I know those of you in Canada already celebrated Thanksgiving. Those of you elsewhere don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but maybe you want to use this for Christmas, huh? Okay, so I think I've got that set. Let's move on. Last year, I struggled with the gravy, having the right timing. So we need to boil the giblets in the small saucepan of water for 30 minutes. And then what do we need to do? I'm going to do since I want this to be ready to go at noon, I'm going to start prepping everything, getting this all in order at 11 o'clock on Saturday. So that means at 11 a.m., we're going to make the gravy. Yes. So check. That is done. And I don't really think anything needs to be prepped prior to that. It does not. Okay, next up, we need the mashed potatoes. For the mashed potatoes, I love mashed potatoes. I have a really simple mashed potato that I like to make, but I'm also going to make this super fantastic one. It uses cream cheese. Any of you done that in your mashed potatoes? Half and half, a little Lowry seasoning and some pepper. It's really good, but I need to peel all those potatoes and put them in cold water, not salted, just regular cold water the day before. And that means that Friday we need to peel the potatoes, and then we'll set it in cold water. And then the day of, we're going to need to boil them. I'm probably going to use my pressure cooker because I think that'll get it done nicely. I'm going to start making the potatoes in the morning because I can set those in the fridge for a little while. Then when it's about time to go, I'm going to be able to stick them in the oven and warm them up with some butter on the top. So it's just like extra buttery goodness. So let's say we put the turkey in the oven on Saturday at 7 and then we start boiling. the potatoes for mash. And then at 11:30, 350 degrees, put it in the oven with butter. It's gonna be so good. Then that is done. All right, next up, we got the brine, we've got our turkey. Okay, now I told you I'm making homemade macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna try to do everything at 350 degrees so that between 11 and 12, I can put everything in. That's gonna be the stuffing, that's gonna be the mac and cheese, the potatoes, mashed potatoes, something else. What else was I making in the oven? And the rolls. Everything's gonna go in. Okay, so mac and cheese needs about 45 minutes, and that means that at 11:15, the mac and cheese goes in. But we have to make it first. So let's do that at about, those go in the oven. I'm gonna start doing all that. I've gotta boil it, mix it all in together. So at 10:45, I need to start the mac and cheese. Perfect. Everything's gonna come out piping hot. This is so exciting. And we need to think about the pumpkin pie. For sure, I like a very cold pumpkin pie. Warm pumpkin pie, no thank you. So the day before, on Friday, we will do 2 pumpkin pies. We'll go ahead and make those, bake those. They go in the oven, 425 for 15 minutes, and then reduce it to 350 for 40 minutes. Cool it completely. I'll put it in the fridge. It'll be great. Okay, the other thing is the rolls. I have to defrost the rolls. How many of you make your own rolls? I would totally do it, but I'm not doing it. So 3 to 4 hours beforehand, I am going to defrost these cuties, which means 15 minutes of baking for 3 to 4 hours. My oven, my kitchen's probably going to be pretty warm, so I think the defrosting process should go pretty well. So let's see if I want noon, and then I need a how about 7:30? 7:30, I'm going to defrost the rolls. At 11:40, 350 degrees, the rolls go in. Okay, so we got a lot of things going in this oven, and it's gonna work out perfectly. I just know it. Stuffing, we're gonna make it the day before. Let's put that on our Friday schedule. Make stuffing. According to the directions, it says it can last about a day in pre-making it. And then that means I need 40 minutes at 350 degrees. So that would be at 11:20. We're gonna do 40 minutes for the stuffing. Now, the green beans are going to take like literally no time at all. So I am going to make those, probably boil them at 11:50. Boil green beans. And then quickly put on the zest, because you actually don't want to put the lemon zest and juice on there too soon, or it starts to brown the green beans and they do not look appetizing at all. And I like an appetizing looking green bean, if I do say so myself. So you guys, I think I might have my life in order right now. What will my dad and I do the day before for prepping? That's the question. So I know I'll be prepping the brine, and I'll be putting the turkey in there. We're going to have to peel the potatoes, make the pumpkin pie, make the stuffing. That's like all there is. Maybe he's just going to come over for moral support. Do you think we could just chat? We can tell you all about our Thanksgiving experiences, because we've had a few over the years. One of them included jail, and I don't even want to tell you what it is, so you're gonna have to come back. I think it'll be well worth hearing all about that. So I probably am gonna be really geeky and go home and put this in an Excel document with all the temperatures and the times, so that I can put everything in order, and all I have to do is follow it down. And then noon comes and everything comes out of the oven, and bada bing, bada bacon, it's time to eat. This is so exciting because it's going to help me tremendously I don't want to be stressed the day of, the day before, the month before, the week before. I don't want to be stressed about it. I want it to be super enjoyable. And I think this is the way that's going to happen. So tell me, how many of you get this crazy? Anybody? Am I the only one? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. Maybe because I haven't done it enough times that I don't really know. I don't feel comfortable just winging it. I think I would mess up a lot of things. Oh my goodness, we've got to do cranberry sauce. Whoa, we're going to do that the day before too. Cranberry sauce. Of course, I need to figure out my cleaning schedule too. So even though it's family coming over, I really just love using events as a way to give my house a super good cleaning. And obviously I'm going to be doing a lot of things on that Friday. Not too much, but enough. So maybe if my dad came in the morning time to hang out with me, the afternoon time I could use for cleaning. Thank you. Great idea. The kids will help. Marcus is really great with helping clean in the afternoon. I'm also doing a pre-Thanksgiving organize deep clean this week. So I hope that you'll be sticking around for that, give you some motivation, and it'll keep me motivated too. I don't do those things because I want to like impress anybody. I do them because events and holidays, things like this are such a great way to remind yourself, hey, that would be good or helpful. Wouldn't it be great to just use that as kind of motivation to be like, oh man, let's see if I can get it done before Thanksgiving, or let's see if I can get it done before this birthday or this thing. I just like to use those things to keep me from procrastinating, or perhaps it's because I procrastinate that I use those things to get me motivated. I just think it's fun. Like, oh, let's see how much we can get done before this event or this thing. It's kind of my way of doing things, and I just enjoy it. So I'll be posting videos this week, getting our lives in order, and I hope that you'll be there for it. It'll be really good. And then we will do some cooking with Dad, and we'll do some prepping, and we'll do some turkeying. It's going to be just delicious. So I hope that you'll be there for it all. I have my recipe set. I got my brain cells set. This was so helpful, and I hope that you guys are enjoying your fall, your autumn, whatever it is that you are up to these days, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye, guys.